Hello and welcome to another Mod Monday. There has been a lack of Mod Mondays, but to be honest, it's because I like to spread out the mods a little bit and so I can make one cohesive video, mostly for the 10 minutes so I get better ad revenue, if I'm being honest. But here, if you are new to Mod Monday, we look at some of the best mods in the last couple of weeks and we highlight them and we go through them. These are all mods on the Steam Community Workshop and they will be all linked in the description down below. And if you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our first mod. The first mod that we will be looking at is IBN's Legacy 2. And what is this is he changed a whole bunch of things in the base CK3 game to his more style, and he makes sure to say that he's not trying to make it more historical, he's just changing it up to how he sees fit. So based on these, a lot of different realms, duchies, and everything are changed. Terrain is changed as well. He kind of changes a whole bunch of things through the map. You can see there are some small changes as we go through, and there's different pathways to get to different things in different places of like Africa. So this is just kind of like looking at how he's changed the map and made it a little different. This is very kind of unique. I kind of like this idea of changing the map but not saying it's historical. He pretty much makes the point of how a lot of modders are like, the developers are dumb and I'm making it historical. No, he just says these are changes that he's made, and I have to say a lot of these changes I think are very cool and make for a different campaign. So if you would like to try this mod out, make sure to check it out in the description down below. But I kind of like this idea of making the base game a little different, but not different completely historically. So it's something very cool. So let's go on to our next mod. Next, we are looking at the Rus Updated mod, and the whole idea of this mod is making it change. Instead of it being like the Russian Empire, it is Rus. So the nation is now Rus, the Russian Empire is now Rus as well. And so this is now going for the different innovations and stuff like that. He wants to update it and include different things to make it a lot more realistic, update the culture and things like this. This is definitely a work in progress mod, but since I am doing the Russian campaign right now, I thought I would highlight this because this is kind of the country that I'm going for, not the Orthodox Russian country that a lot of people in the comments want to see. The next mod, which I think will be a fun mod to make a video out, is Goodbye Austria. They just completely yoink Austria out of the map. I think these are very interesting mods because, to be honest, it changes a lot of things because now you have to go through water. It's very interesting. I think these mods are kind of the most interesting mods because it really can change a lot for something so simple. So really, this is just yoinking out Austria. I will probably have a video coming out of highlighting this mod just because I think these mods are funny and quite interesting, and as you can see, it might be interesting because the HRE has lined on the other side. The next mod we are looking at is Armpit's Culture Diversity mod. And so what is this doing? It is adding more cultures and more diverse cultures, especially like in France, Italy, and over in like the Russian Baltic areas. Instead of just having like very core cultures, it breaks it down even more. This pretty much just makes subcultures for a lot of areas like in France. I think this is very interesting because I think sometimes culture is way too condensed, like there's too much Russian. As you can see here, the Rus in Russian is very not the same and it's a lot more spread out. I think it's much more interesting and it makes much for a harder campaign because I think certain nations are quite easy right now because you have such a united culture, and in reality culture was not that condensed back then. There's a lot more of subcultures, so I like the idea of adding mods with subcultures, so I think this is quite interesting. The next mod we will be looking at is another mod, and this is the Better Map mod, and this was a personal mod that someone made that he thought he would share and to make different nations better in his eyes. He thinks that it could definitely be in balance, so definitely in the Byzantines and North Africa he's changing some baronies and stuff and things to make the game more to his idea. I think mods like this are interesting to look at to see how different games play when you mess with the map. He also messed with the kingdoms a little bit, so the kingdoms are also a little different and different titles around different areas. The next mod I have to say is probably the highlight mod of the week. This is a very interesting mod. It's the Armenia Steppe tribe. This is a completely non-historical tribe that are supposed to represent Native Americans, kind of. That's the idea, but then since we don't have America in CK3, they're in this area on this map right here. And I think it's very interesting. It has like a whole different culture, and I think new characters and men-at-arms. I think this mod is very interesting. I think I might play as this in a video. This is definitely very cool. It adds a whole bunch of tribal tattoos, a different culture, and I think there's a new religion as well. I think this is a very cool mod. I also think he did a very smart idea. He did not do any historical tribes or anything like that. He kind of created his own tribe to not try to offend anyone, because he's not completely knowledgeable about this. So this is just kind of making a different type of tribe that's in the middle of the area here, and it's very cool and very interesting. It's definitely something I would play. It's a very well made mod. There's a lot that has already been developed in here. I could actually see this be very good for when Americas is added to CK3 on a mod, that this mod could be transferred over to that mod to like represent American tribes. So this is very interesting and a very cool mod. I think it's really well made. So shout out to this guy. I think this is a really well made mod. The next mod is a kind of update to a mod. There was a convert all vassals mod, and this just goes a step further. The old one was made in October, and what this does, it converts all vassals and all sub-vassals. So literally everyone underneath you will change religion instead of just the vassals. Every single person underneath you will convert all religions. I think this is good. It's for AI only games, and it's something I will probably use because I'm going to try to do a game where I make everyone the same religion, and I think this is going to come in handy so I don't have to go through and change everything by hand. The next one is a mod that has been fixed. There was a bug with it. It's player can be knight mod. So now you can pretty much be a knight. So then you can fight, because I know sometimes when you have high prowess, you want to get there in the fight and you won't die. You still can get wounded when you rule, but this means you will be on the player battle. He is trying to fix some things or adds things of making a knight less dangerous and be able to opt out from being a knight, because right now you kind of just get put into as a knight position. I think this is very interesting, and I think I think you should be able to play as a knight. I think it's historical that people were on the battlefield, so I like this mod. The next mod is also one of these funny map mods that I think is funny, and it is Britain only with Iceland. So I think this is a cool mod, something that I will probably do a video on as well. And the idea is that it's just Britain. I think these mods are very interesting, so you can look at a subgroup of like a subcontinent and figure out what happens just in that subcontinent where no outside factors. And I think for Britain it is even more unique because usually Scandinavia gets involved in Britain. So I think this is a very interesting mod to see what happens in the British Isles without the rest of the world. The next mod I have to say is something that I feel like should be added, and this is joining populist factions. You can go ahead and now join popular factions. Are you tired of being oppressed by a foreign infidel rulers? Well, now you can join a populist faction and rebel, because I know that other vassals can join populist factions, so this allows you to join a populist faction. I think this is very simple, very easy, and I quite like it. This is something that I don't understand why players can't do it, and I think this just makes sense for this to be added into the game. I think, to be honest, the developers should add this into the base game, and if they don't, you know, let's riot. Let's bring down the hierarchy, bring down paradox. Okay, this mod is a very interesting mod. It's very simple. It's just a decision to restore Saxony. That is all that this mod is. There's the historical Saxony, and once you get all the land and you have the right culture, you are able to restore Saxony. The developer is working on this, so you will be able to change your culture to Saxon culture and make your own culture and have like your own independent. All this does is just make the kingdom of Saxony right now. He is still developing it and going through it, but right now it's a cool basis, and I like the idea of creating these kingdom titles of historical nation. The next mod is a mod that I probably should have covered already, and I probably will cover, is the Gruic Empire. This is a developer was experiencing with modding, and so he decided to make a mod off the what's it called, India Peninsula. And so I have to say this is very interesting, and so it's just a whole bunch of Rajtaj nations in here, and so he called it the Gruic Empire. It's different map, different culture, different religion. It's really a test mod, but I think it's something very interesting, and it would be fun to experiment with this mod. Well, that's it for Mod Monday. If you guys like Mod Monday, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I will try to do these every 2 weeks. They're quite hard to do because if there's not enough mods or there's not enough quality mods, I do not feel like making one, / I kind of am unmotivated to make one. So if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like and comment down below which was your favorite mod. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you did, like, and I shall see you in a future video. Thank you, see you later, bye, have a good one. If you like this video, check out some of my other content. I do time lapses, I do let's plays, I do challenges, I do a whole bunch of stuff. So if you liked it, check out some of these videos on the screen now, some playlists, and thank you for supporting the channel. I actually appreciate it. I couldn't do it without you. See you later, have a good one, and have a great rest of your day.